Welcome back to another edition of the Blackhawk Buzz, the State of the Union Blackhawk Buzz. I'm Van, joined by Derek, and our producer extraordinaire, Lindsey Thomas, is also making sure everything is in focus. The audio is all understandable, whatever. So Mr. President, Mr. DOG, Mr. General Manager, whatever. Tell us about how things ended in 19 as we now transition into what is 2020.
What a year.
No kidding.
I mean, what a big year. I can't say enough about where we're headed as a club, trending in the right direction. I mean, participation was through the roof. Rounds of golf up, and I'll tell you where they were really up was for women. We had almost 800 more rounds, believe it or not, for women.
Mary Newhouser played that many more rounds of golf?
Not about that, but she's trying to help, I promise you that. So people are using the golf course. The food and beverage experience must be better because the numbers suggest that a lot more people are here. Mm-hmm. Now going into 2020, a lot of people are asking, what are you guys doing down there on the range? Well, we wanted to bring back tips and sips. That was a big thing. It was kind of a staple at Blackhawk for a really long time, but it was kind of weird. You were on 10, people were playing through. It was kind of strange. So we put the gazebo down there mm-hmm. with anticipation of making sure we had an area to do sips and tips, and then we actually covered part of the range where a lot of people were asking about that. We did that as well just for bad weather so that you can still practice, and sometimes when we're down there that sun's kind of hot. I mean, if you're giving 12, 13 lessons a day, I'm turning into bacon down there. So it was nice to get some coverage, but it also allows us to, and it was always my vision, to have Chef Todd on the range cooking some food, and then have a business maybe say, hey, can you guys do a little bit of a clinic for us? Todd can do a little bit of food, and then they can come up for the big grand dinner and everything else like that. And we've already had one company say, yeah, they'd really like to do that. So I think everything we've added to the grounds, right? The bunker on one, we know that got done. We got the second green done. We've turned our attention to number 5, and you saw in the fall, we got close. Mother Nature kind of threw a couple tricks at us there, but we'll have that done right away in the spring, and then we'll turn our attention, to the other bunkers. But usage is up. Weddings are booked. Right now, we're going through a little bit of a facelift over there. And when we talk about facelift, we're just talking carpet, paint, gel stain. If you look at all of the electric baseboard heaters, they're pretty bent and dinged up, so we'll be getting those new ceiling tiles. We've seen a little bit of it already. I'll tell you, it looks fantastic. We're going to get the whole thing done here by the end of shutdown. And, my next goal is to really take a look at that back bar, which in my opinion is the best view.
Absolutely.
And right now it's completely underutilized by our membership, and due to the fact that so many people like the Blackhawk room renovation, we have a lot of requests for rental. Well, I got to make sure I don't rent it if then I don't have any place for my members to go. So you're going to see that back bar get done. It's going to look really nice. I think it's going to be a whole new space. We're going to hopefully put an awning on the heckle deck back there, which again nobody uses. Change how the traffic flows around here at Blackhawk. Logistically, where you might eat might be a little bit different, which is good. Sometimes change scares people, but I think this change is going to be really good. And so originally this was supposed to be kind of that traditional country club Eno Vino feel, to kind of keep that traditional golf feel alive, but at the same time add a little vibe to it. I think the one on the back will probably be a little more rustic, a little bit more pubby, a little bit more casual, put some nice furniture on that heckle deck for you to just, have a nice day. And I think the awning is important just because we have the patio where you can get as much sun as you want, and now an area when it's 90 degrees, we have a little bit of shade back there, watch some people putt or watch people come up on 18 or just take in the beautiful view of Lake Mendota. So the club is extremely healthy. You heard President Steve Sosnowski talk. We're about 18 months away from kind of getting out of that hard debt, which is tremendous because we've added so many things from tempo walkers, right? Those things you saw on the ground where people still want to walk but don't want to carry their bag. GPS, new tournament software, and you just go over the last 3, 4, 5, 6 years, all the things that maybe you didn't notice that we had to do, new computers, new phones, all these things that you really don't think about cost a lot of money, and we've been able to absorb it in our current operating model and still press forward without adding any debt. So I couldn't be more excited about the work everybody's done, from the board to all the committees to my staff internally. It's an incredibly loyal group. We haven't had a lot of complaints this year about service, and I think if we get that back bar opened up a little bit, it's going to help us with retention of our employees, right? Because sometimes it's hard to fill their 40 hours when they need the money. So I just think everything right now at Blackhawk is trending in such a positive fashion. I'm pretty excited about 2020.
A new year, a new look, so stay tuned not only to more buzzes, but for a lot of the improvements that we're going to have the opportunity to experience as this year continues to unfold. That's today's Blackhawk Buzz.